Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of March 6, 2025. Let's rock. We got the Jimmy Dean sausage and eggs in the pan. No eggs. Apparently, there's a giant conspiracy around this bird flu thing, which you may want to dig into, why your eggs are so expensive. But I won't get into that. Today, we have got gold down $14 and silver $14 to 2009.04, and silver down 24 cents to 32.36. Silver futures hit the 33 mark yesterday. There's always a differential between the futures market and the spot market. And yesterday, futures popped up over 33, I believe, but now they're back under 33 and downside probably to 32 here, putting spot price downside to about 31.50. All right, in the gold silver ratio, well, it hit 92 and then fell dramatically. Right now, 89.72. The 10-year yield is right around flat at 4.27 after having bounced off 4.13 was that yesterday or a couple days ago? So 4.276 on the 10-year, just about flat today. The dollar is down, continuing its fall, down 1/3% to 103.94, and it's been a pretty precipitous drop in the dollar from 109, 110 down to 104 here, and had been as low as 100 back last year. So, that usually is good for gold and silver, but we got a lot of instability, a lot of volatility. Really anything can happen here. Now, as you know, I track commodities to give me a clue as to where the industrial side of silver, my favorite metal, is being pulled or pushed. And right now, copper is right around flat at 4.79, but has been on a major run, and I think it's going to hit 5. So interesting that commodities are continuing to catch a bid while the stock market is struggling here. All right, in the economic calendar, so for today, we already had initial jobless claims, and they came in not stronger than expected. They came in a little bit weaker than expected by about 14,000 claims. But I just want to continue to draw to your attention that jobless claims happen typically when people run out of severance benefits. And I think a lot of the government workers are getting severance packages. So you'll see this, I think you'll see this tick up over time, and looks like the jury is in that we are headed into recession. Reversing all the government hiring that has been done under the previous administration is definitely going to impact GDP. So there seems to be consensus that there is negative GDP in our future, and that is not good for the stock market. Could be good for gold because stagflation, which we will have or do have right now, is usually pretty good for gold. May not be good for silver, so keep your wits about you here. All right, in the pre-market, we are still in the extreme fear category. We cannot bust out of it. We can't get a sustained rally. Markets want to go lower. Dow this morning down, futures down 406, S&P futures down 73, NASDAQ futures down 340 as people run for the exits. Nvidia in a bearish run here, even Apple going down now, Tesla just crashing, and of course Bitcoin has did fight the trend yesterday. Where'd it go? It hit 90. Excellent time to get out of Bitcoin, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but when the markets are heading lower and the tech sector is heading lower, you can bet it takes Bitcoin with you, with it. Okay, that's what I think. And it could also take silver and gold, which is why my caution light is on. Good time to raise cash. But nonetheless, let's try to find some deals. Okay, if you're buying, maybe you want to buy a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller, or maybe you're just starting out and you're dollar cost averaging. Nothing wrong with buying, once a week, once a month, if that is your plan. But I'm cautious at these quite high gold and silver prices. Yes, I said it. The prices are quite high, and I would say very, very, fairly valued here. I'm not saying gold can't go to 3,500, and I'm not saying silver can't go to 42, but you know, we've had a nice little run here, and I think everything is pretty fairly valued. We'll see what happens going forward. Okay, a 1 gram gold this morning is 105 over at Summit Metals, and I was checking out Pacific Metals this morning, and they have a 1 gram, you know, in the high 90s, but they were charging for shipping. If anybody knows anything about Pacific Metals and how to get free shipping over there, let me know. So there is a cheaper listing out there, but this is the one among the dealers that I know well. You can get a 1 gram if you're a new customer of bullion.com for $94. Good price there. Okay, a 1/10 Gold Eagle is $324 at Summit Metals. Prices ought to be a little bit less than yesterday. $314 for a gold maple at Hero Bullion. Notice, price has not gone up even though tariffs are in effect. 1/4 ounce American Gold Eagle, $776 at Summit Metals. 1/4 ounce Krugerrand is $767 at Summit Metals. $5 commemorative, about a 0.24 ounce of gold, cheaper in the slab than raw. $7.15 over at Bullion Exchanges. Divide by 0.24 and you'll get the melt on that. 1/2 ounce Gold Eagle is $1,533 at Summit Metals. 1/2 ounce maple is $1,502 at Summit Metals. Everything is BU unless I say otherwise. 1/2 ounce Britannia is $15.21 at Monument Metals. 1/2 ounce Krugerrand is $14.98 at Summit Metals. 1 ounce Gold Eagle is $3,014 at Bullion Exchanges, and a Buffalo just a couple dollars more, $3,017 at Bullion Exchanges, but do not buy that until you check the Costco and the eBay deals that we'll get to in a minute. If you want a circulated gold maple, that's only $2,965 at Monument Metals. BU is quite a bit more. Let's do a St. Gaudens Double Eagle, $28.74. That is a 0.9675 ounce of gold. Divide by that and you'll get the melt on that pre-33. A gold Krugerrand ought to be pretty cheap, and it is $2,957 over at Golden Eagle. That may be circulated, so check that before you buy that. And some other fractional gold here, which is probably a pretty good value for the money. 1 ounce gold in assay is $2,967, but again, check Costco first. And this cute little Perth Mint button, new seller here, Hero Bullion, $2,965 this morning. You can get random 1/4 ounce circulated, looks like metals, for $742 at Bullion Exchanges. 742 times 4 times 4. The melt on that would be $29.68 against a spot price of $29.09, in case you're doing the math. Let's keep going here. I'll skip the platinum this morning. A Silver Eagle, pretty pricey, $36.65 at Summit Metals, over $4 premium there. In a tube of 20, they are cheaper at Pinehurst for also BU backdate Eagles, $35.84. Monster Box, $35.44 at Pinehurst. Good deal right there, but probably cheaper on eBay. And Walmart is not great, but not bad. You can get a tube at $36.50, about $35.50 out the door. That's if you check out through PayPal and you use the cards I recommend for a 3% rebate from Walmart. Okay, and impaired Eagles are about $1 or $2 less. What's going on? My caution light is still on. I got to see if the stock market unravels here. In terms of the videos, I thought Silver Seeker had a good video here on his advice about tariffs and not to get caught up in the FOMO. And he raises a really good point. Now, I don't think tariffs are going to immediately raise the price of a silver maple to $40. I just don't think that's going to happen. But he raises a good point that the dealers may make hay with this, and they may start raising the premiums, and his advice is don't fall for it, don't buy it. There are so many alternatives to a silver maple, it's ridiculous. For example, Silver Eagles are $250 over spot over at Vermilion Enterprises, and we can find them on eBay, probably similar to that. Costco, they haven't come up for a while. Don't fall for the FOMO, and don't fall for the videos that are trying to convince you that the tariff story makes it a good time to buy silver and gold. Now, it may be a good time, and you may see in 3 months when the inventories, the the hundreds of millions of silver maples that are in the United States already, may deplete, and maybe those prices rise over time, but not immediately and not based on this tariff story, which is still somewhat vague. Okay, but if you want a silver maple, they're still pretty cheap, 34.77 at Summit Metals. Take a little break here and flip my sausage. Brad, I figured if I can, cook sausage while I'm making these videos, maybe I'll make them faster, huh? I know you guys would probably like a shorter video. Anyway, onions and garlic today in with the Jimmy Dean. Great antioxidants. Also making bread today, more sourdough bread today is going to be a jalapeno cheddar cheese loaf. Oh man, going to give that to my neighbor who gives me all the plants, a lot of the plants that I'm planting in my garden. Okay, we have got a silver maple. I just did that. Sorry not to go backwards. A kangaroo can be had for $35.22 at Hero. A silver Britannia, $35.22 at Summit. A Krugerrand for $35.06 at Monument Metals. And a Philharmonic, cheapest of the bunch, 34.44 at bullion exchanges. And as you consider what to buy, Silver Eagles are a great choice when you buy them at a good price. But if you're buying anything else, why are you paying so much? If you need sovereign silver, non-U.S. sovereign silver, why are you paying more for one thing versus another? Just get the cheapest one. And if they send you spotted coins, though, BU spotted coins, send them back. Okay, all these coins can spot, with the exception of the maple in later years. Why did I go down that rabbit hole? I'm not sure. Let's get to Costco. Costco this morning has got only gold and platinum, but they dropped the price of their platinum to $1,059. If you have Executive Club membership and a good credit card, you'll be out the door right around spot on platinum there on that bar. Not bad, not bad at all. The Buffalo is $3,039. 4% off of that would put you at about $2,900, also right around spot. But I like the gold bar. It is so much cheaper, and you're in the money the moment you buy it with a 4% rebate. You could actually sell it and probably make money on that bar, and it's a beautiful pamp bar. So I would get, if you're buying gold today, I'd buy as many of those as you can. Okay, but don't get yourself canceled. They like to identify people they think are speculating in precious metals, and they will cancel your order and cancel you. Okay, how about junk in the trunk? Junk this morning, 23.73 times face over at Hero Bullion. You'll pay up more for the halves and the mercs. And in the round, you still got 20 rounds at spot at bullion exchanges. You've got Buffaloes in the 33s over at Pinehurst in a quantity of 20. Golden State Mint has their typical sale. It's a little bit more at $33.40, but you can get the Morgans, you can get the bars. I recommend you get bars over rounds if they are the same price, okay? Because the bars can carry a little higher buyback price. Maybe not at your LCS, but some places they do. So not a bad price, $33.40. Is that any quantity? Any quantity pricing, $33.41, but I think silver is going to get a little cheaper today. We'll have to see about that. I can't predict it. If I could, I'd be a very rich man. Okay, a kilo this morning can be had for $1,081. No, I don't like these higher prices. Okay, let's get on to eBay, and you can get the pocket pinger and the app and a micrometer here if you want to pick that up on eBay. If you use these links, it helps the channel, supports the channel financially, so I don't have to take money from these big dealers like an SD Bullion and then come out with all kinds of FOMO crap about tariffs. I stay independent, and when they offer me sponsorships and so forth, I turn them down. Hard to do, guys. It's hard to do. So if you do buy something on eBay, I appreciate it if you click my links. That's how I keep the channel going, as well as your memberships and your generous donations. Thank you so much. Okay, a Silver Eagle is going to be first the culls. Ought to come up. Let's see. And they are 35 and change, 34 and change out the door. No sale. How about the BUs? They are is this a zero feedback guy? 99 feedback, $12. Nah, no deal on the Eagles today. Okay, let's look at a large lot of Eagles. Large lot of Eagles. I don't know why that Carson City is always there, just to tempt me, I think. 100 Silver Eagles for 36.66, 35.66 out the door for a big, beautiful lot of brilliant uncirculated backdate. Looks like Type 1 Eagles from a recognized seller. If you're new to eBay and new to all this, we try to find the best deals using our 3% rebate credit cards. Okay, links on my website to the ones I recommend. I recommend the PayPal card, the American Express Clear Blue Cash. And then there are some other cards as well that you may default to. But so you find a big seller that you already know and you trust. Pinehurst is one of them. Bullion.com is one of them. BGASC, I don't like them, but they are reputable. AppMex. Okay, you check these prices to their websites. Take 3% off, and you'll see why we shop on eBay. And you don't have to fear... you don't have to fear unknown sellers if you stick with the big guys. Sometimes I fade down to an unknown seller because the deals are so damn good, and then eBay has a great return policy. If you call, like a bullion exchanges and say, I don't like my metals, they may just say, fuck you. Okay, you buy it on eBay and you don't like them, eBay will say, fuck them. Okay, and pardon my language there, but that is, you have more protection on eBay than you do from the dealer themselves. I like that. Okay, let's go on and do the routine. Let's do maples. Cheap tube of maples, 908. Ay, ay, ay. A cheap tube of Britannias is 880, 885. A cheap tube of kangaroos is 890. Not liking these prices. A cheap tube of Krugs is $8.99. Well, $8.90 is going to be the price. Where's the cheat sheet? Okay, look how much these prices have go up. We were down below $8.10 here a few days ago. The prices were so low, and now we're at $8.90. We're paying $34.53 out the door for the cheapest of those sovereign silver coins. Not liking that at all. Let's keep going here. Maybe we'll get a deal on the Philharmonic. Those seem to be the cheapest. $7.10 for a roll of 20. Ooh, okay. $35.50, $34.50 out the door. $7.23 would put you at $36.35 out the door. They're cheaper at the dealer. Okay. See, eBay, people are trying to charge a little more, I think, for the FOMO these days. How about junk? We've been getting cheaper deals on junk. Look for $10 face here. Not $5 face, $10 face, and 238. That looks to be it. 23.8. He'll take a best offer. He is a 469 feedback, 100% positive seller, free shipping. This is somebody I would try. And here we've got 23.8. He'll take a best offer. You get those out the door at 23. Maybe you'll be paying 22 something times face for junk. Here's a good listing, and make him a lowball offer and see if he replies back. The other thing you do on eBay, here's a pro tip, is you put this in your cart. Okay? Just like that, X out of it and wait for him to send you an offer. Happens all the time. And then you'll find out his best price through an offer. He'll probably come back at you at 23.2 or something like that, and then you'll be at 22 something times face. You'll be at spot on this junk, and he has got only one of these, so there you go. All right, so junk looking good today. How about a big old lot of junk? Can we beat that? I doubt we can beat that deal. We want dates, so you got to get rid of that, and we are at 24.58, about 23.90, about 23.80 to 23.90 times face. So that small lot is a better deal than the big lot. That's why we go through these one by one. Big old lot of Mercs I haven't looked at for a while, 25.53, about 24.90 times face on the Mercs. I love the Carson Cities, and if you just want to get started collecting Morgans, I highly recommend the Carson City Morgans in NGC or PCGS. There's one right there. It's got a little rim toning. And my Carson Cities are in MS63 because I couldn't afford anything better. But I recommend you just go for the money coins, the low mintage, highly collectible, high value coins. Do not buy raw coins on eBay. Please don't do that, especially if it's a $300 coin. Just don't do it. There's so many fakes. I don't recommend doing that. Buy coins in the slab on eBay unless you are a pro and you know how to, you know who the bad sellers are. A lot of bad sellers of raw coins. If you want to get a real money coin, you'll make more on an MS-65 over time, in my humble opinion. Here is an NGC for 515. It's a good way to diversify. Now that is an ugly damn coin. See, that's why you buy the coin and not the holder. If you're buying, you know, random graded coins from somebody and you haven't seen the coin, don't buy it. Okay, that's my recommendation. They are not all the same. He'll have trouble selling this one. That's why it's so cheap. So go to this one, 525, and it looks very, very nice. Older holder, PCGS, nice looking coin right there. And that'll do well over time if you're diversifying. Hold on one second, my Jimmy Dean. All right, let's keep going and let's look at the cheapest kilo we can find. Let's see, we want to get a full kilo, 11. And now, if you bought something from Canada, okay, I'd be very curious here whether a tariff would apply, right? There's a half kilo. I'm not saying to buy this, but if you buy something from Canada on eBay, now eBay, they are zealots for tax. Okay, they will not let you avoid any kind of taxes, and sometimes they'll charge them when they shouldn't. But I wonder if you buy something from Canada on eBay, I wonder if they're going to apply the 25% tariff. That'd be very curious. I won't do it here, but you see my point. Okay, 1106, you're going to get 35 bucks out the door. You'll be at about 1070 on a beautiful kilo here from DBS Coins, and it is going to be free shipping, and they get cheaper as you buy more. Oh, it's a random kilo. Well, I hope you get a 4 nines if you do buy that, but that'd beat the dealer price right there if you're just looking for kilos. And you can look for something better. I'm going to go back to the 5-ounce Libertad. Are those prices going up? 5-ounce 2024. The 23 is probably going to be a lower mintage than the 24. I'm just guessing right now. 23. Where are the 24s? Look at that. They're charging $222. Is he selling these? Yeah. He sold 3 at $222. I paid $185 for mine. So 6% seller fee on 222 would be about 7. What is 6%? Would be about 10 bucks. No, about 15 bucks. I'm in the money. Okay, if you're buying those at 185, looks like you're in the money too. Maybe a little FOMO coming into the Libertad market. If it's going to hit anything, it's going to hit the Mexican Libertads, not the maples. They just, what do they make? 100 times more maples than they do libs. So, you know, that could play out, but you're playing FOMO there if you're buying those. Might be a good time to sell them. Okay, here's your vintage bar of the day. This is actually an auction. You can track this one and get in there and bid. This is an International Silver 10-ounce bar. Just a really neat vintage bar, and not crazy prices on these, but that's a nice looking bar. Currently bidding $355, and it's going to go higher. It's going to go over $400, but you may want to check that if you're adding to your vintage bar collection. The Kilo Kook, or the Kulo Keek, is going to be $11.40, about $11.10 out the door. And a small lot of rounds, no, a large lot of rounds is $34.14, $33.14 out the door with a 3% credit card. A tube of 20 is going to be $34.25, $33.25 out the door. That sounds like that's cheaper than the big lot. You're going to get these modern prospectors. They're not the old ones, okay? All right, let's keep going here. 100-ounce bar. If you're just looking for silver under spot, we had that yesterday. Not a 50-ounce, a 100 Nada Una on the Lion. This one here, $33.67. The good deal went away. $32.67 out the door with spot at, where are we at here? Spot at $32.36, so about 30 cents over the current spot price. Let me go back and keep going. I'll skip platinum. Let's get to the gold if you're buying gold. Quarter-ounce gold this morning is going to be cheapest good quarter-ounce gold. What is this? Quarter-ounce crypto, 4 nines. I don't trust it. Okay, $7.77, and then 20 bucks off, $7.56 out the door. for random gold this morning. Quarter ounce gold eagle. Let's see how cheap we can get a quarter ounce gold eagle. Is there going to be a 765 in our future? Highly doubtable. Okay, that's not right. 799, same price as yesterday. 808 with shipping. That's BU. That is good seller, good feedback, $9 shipping, 808. Let's do the math on that. See if we can get some cheap eagles. 808 times 0.97 with a good credit card. 783 for a quarter ounce gold eagle. 783 versus right there. 783 versus 777. Higher on eBay this morning. Oops, okay, that didn't work. Come on, eBay, give us a deal. The bigger the gold, usually, the better the savings. Let's go right to a 1 ounce random gold. Maybe big gold will be big savings. How cheap can we get a 1 ounce? Let's see. 1/10 ounce. I don't want that. I want a 1 ounce. It won't be 2,500. We know that. Let's see. Here's a Pamp bar, 27.98 from China. Avoid. Here is a set. Here's a Buffalo from China. Avoid. Here is a bar. Let's see if this is for real. It is in stock. One feedback seller. Avoid. Do you mind doing the work? If you do the work, you could find the deals. Let's see. Credit Suisse, 29.99. It is a bad seller, bad feedback. 95% is bad feedback. Oh, we are striking out this morning, aren't we? Here's a double eagle. That ain't an ounce of gold, guys. Okay, here's an American Eagle gold coin. That is 1888. Okay, you're an idiot. I don't know what he's talking about. Where are the gold eagles? Going to get to a gold eagle here, I promise. Let's see. Krugerrand 3031, about 29.41 out the door. A little over spot on that. Here's a bar at the same price. I want to get a gold eagle this morning. Oh, there's that Perth Mint bar, 3033. That would be 29.43 out the door. That might beat the dealer. Looking for a gold eagle. 1 ounce gold eagle. Let's see how cheap we can get one. Hold on. Still looking. Here's a maple for 30.50, 29.60 out the door for a gold maple. That's a pretty good price. Let's see. Are they BU? Random year BU. Last one. Good seller. Good feedback. Not a good picture there. They may be giving you some of the older ones with the long neck queen here. Still, nothing wrong with that. 30.50. Take 3% off would give you $90 off. You'd be at 29.60. Okay, 29.60. And let's go back and check the cost of a 1 ounce gold maple up here. 29.60 versus the BU is 29.87, and the circulated is 29.65. Nope, no big savings there. We are striking out. Okay, well, I'm just going to keep moving here. I guess the eBay prices have not come down. Is there any gold that would be cheap this morning? How about a 50 peso? 50 peso is going for 36.80. Let's see what that looks like. That is AUBU, nothing wrong with that. 50 peso, good seller. 36.80, take 3% off. Let's do the math on this. 36, if you don't mind foreign gold, times 0.97 equals 35.69. And let's see what a 50 peso 39.60. What did I say? 50 peso. 50 peso. Where are you? Oh, did I lose it? 50 peso. What happened to my 50 peso? Well, here's 100 Corona. Let's check what a 50 peso is going for here. The good deal may have may have run out. 50 peso here is going to be 36.19, and my price was 35.69, so much cheaper on a 50 peso. I'll let you dig into that. So that was this one right here, 36.80. It is a 0.98. No, it's a 1. The gold content 1.2056. So if we take that math and we divide by 1.20 divided by 1.205, we're going to get a melt of 29.62 against a spot price of 29.10, $50 premium on a melt basis on that 50 peso. You decide if you like that or not. Let's keep going here, and I'll try to wind this thing up. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? We're done with the gold and stuff in my eBay store. New members, new subscribers, thank you so much for joining the channel membership. You're entitled to any one of my bars that I'm offering right now, any one of these 3 bars at $250 over spot. And if you'd like that, email me at losinglouis@yahoo.com, and we'll set you up. And some other stuff in my store. If you like collector coins, ask me for a friend discount. I don't mind. And here's some other things you can buy: a precious metals verifier if you think you need that, and a vacuum sealer. Very, very cheap on the vacuum sealers. It is good insurance against tarnish, not so much against milk spots. Okay, and here's the Amex card, which is the bomb. 3% cash back for you guys with good credit. The PayPal card is unlimited all year long. You spend $1 million, you know, whatever with your PayPal card, it's going to be 3% cash back only when you check out through PayPal. Do not use it raw, you know, directly to eBay. You got to check out through PayPal. Same thing with Walmart. Check out through PayPal when you get to Walmart. Get those good deals right there. And PayPal also works at the U.S. Mint if they ever come up with a good offering again. Hopefully they will soon. You can use that on U.S. Mint, and that is a way to save a lot of money on those purchases, especially if you're buying gold. The Quicksilver card is such a nice card, so I hope you guys will enjoy this. The kicker deals that they don't even show you here, you're going to get $200. You're going to get 1.5% cash back. So I don't typically buy metals with this card, but then you're going to get 4% off on eBay for stuff like the precious metals verifier or whatever supplies you're buying on eBay. You're going to get like 4% off at Chewy, you know, or if you're buying an iPhone or something. It's just the bomb. This is a great overall card if you're looking for cards. Okay, and let me keep going here. Where do I go with the Drunken Sailor? How about a kilo koala? They get any cheaper? Out of stock. Yeah, got to dump that. Cowboy rounds. We saw the cowboy rounds cheaper on eBay yesterday, and I forgot to show those to you today, but there is a link. Oh my lord, where did I put that link to the cowboy round? Just 1 second. Yeah, skipped it again. That's a pretty good price, $7.09 for a tube of the first series in the cowboy round. That's 35 a coin, about 34 something out the door. If you want upscale Scottsdale Mint collectible bullion, your LCS won't pay you anything for it, but peer-to-peer, people like that. All right, we got to wrap it up, so let's go to the salutations and thank yous. And here we go. Box of nickels, go get them. They're selling for face, and they're full of coppers, guys. Okay, you got to check the 3 coin dealers on YouTube. I just can't go through it every morning. But I bought something from Brian a couple days ago. Minot had a sale that was, or what? No, it was Coin Huskers had a sale that was unbelievable on vintage silver. And anyway, they're all really good sellers. Check them out very thoroughly. Thank you for supporting my work with subscriptions to bolden.com, a sponsor of this website. Cups of coffee have been greatly appreciated, and boy, do I need them. Boy, do I need them. And let's welcome new members. 1 second, we'll do that. All right, and welcoming new member, Stacker Family, channel member, Ken Work. Okay, and welcome, Ken. Reach out to me, and let's figure out what I can help you with. Just reach out any way you want and let me know what you need. AG Silver Stan. I wonder, hey, AG, are you Silver Stan from the UK that makes the Silver Stan silver? I got a bunch of your silver if I bought that many years ago. Are you that silver Stan? And also another shout out to Lawrence Jatker. Another word of this is a word of warning to you guys. When you set up your eBay handle, don't use your real name. Okay, if you're using your real name, I'm sorry, your YouTube handle, or in the chat room, or wherever you are, on. Oh, if you're buying stuff, somewhere in some website, wherever you are, don't use your real name, guys. So if you want to go ahead and change that, you can change your name anytime you want on YouTube to something more obscure. But don't use your real name. I see some of you using your names, and that's very dangerous. So please don't do that. Okay. So anyway, welcome new members. Thank you very much. Let me know if you need some silver, and if you like what I did here today, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more, and the website is bestsilvergolddeals.com. It's all totally free. Subscribe over there. If I see a great deal, I will send you an alert. Okay, and that is it. Good luck out there. We'll check the spot prices one more time. And gold recovering a little bit, down $8 to 29.10. Silver only down 16 cents now to 32.44. And silver in the futures market is 32.63. Hasn't moved. Very interesting. Oh, the stock market is open, and the Dow is down 500 points, S&P down 84, NASDAQ down another 2%. Man, it looks terrible out there. I know the ECB cut rates, I think, last night or this morning, which is probably why the dollar maybe have stabilized from its recent decline. It just looks like we're headed off the cliff here. So we'll have to see what happens. All right, that's my thought. What are your thoughts? And I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.